Our parents teaching ingratitude, the story of the bear family. Once upon a time in a forest, lived a bear family. Grandpa Bear, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, Big Brother Bear, and Little Bear. When he was still healthy, Grandpa Bear stayed home to take care of the little bears, so Papa and Mama Bear could focus on work. Grandpa taught the cubs essential life skills with love, patience, and wisdom gathered from his rich life experience. Thanks to him, their home was clean, meals were warm, and the cubs were well behaved. But as time passed, Grandpa Bear grew old and moved into a small cabin in the woods, not wanting to burden his family. Eventually, his health deteriorated, and one day he suffered a stroke. His limbs trembled, and it became difficult for him to take care of himself. Papa and Mama Bear reluctantly brought Grandpa back to live with the family to look after him. Now Grandpa Bear was frail. His fur had turned gray. His legs shook as he tried to eat, and his shoulders drooped like they were too tired to hold him up. Little Bear loved Grandpa dearly. He was the one who always had time to listen and talk to her when others were busy collecting honey. He never said no when she wanted to sit quietly in his lap and hear stories, and Grandpa told truly wonderful stories. Sometimes, however, Little Bear got scolded for spending too much time with Grandpa and forgetting her studies. It made her sad. She also felt sorry for him. His paws shook so much that he'd spill porridge over his fur. Sometimes he would drop his bowl onto the hard floor, smashing it and leaving a mess behind. Whenever this happened, Mama and Papa Bear grew frustrated. They already had enough responsibilities. Now they had to clean up Grandpa's mess too. Mama would often sigh, as if we don't already have enough to do. Big Brother Bear would joke, "Grandpa has memory loss. He doesn't even know if he's eaten, let alone remember Mom's complaints," and he'd laugh loudly. Even though Little Bear knew he was teasing, the words hurt. She hated it. She wanted to help Grandpa, but what could she do? Then one day, when Grandpa dropped his bowl again, Little Bear quietly picked up the broken pieces and asked Papa Bear, "Do you have any glue? What do you need glue for?" he asked. "So I can fix Grandpa's bowl and save it for you and Mama when you're old," she replied. Papa Bear leaned back in his chair and looked at Mama Bear. They sat silently for a moment, just looking at each other. Then Papa took the broken bowl and walked away. Where he went, Little Bear didn't know. After that day, things changed. Little Bear noticed that her parents became gentler with Grandpa Bear. They got him a special plastic bowl that wouldn't slide or break. When dropped, they didn't seem upset when he spilled anymore. They listened to his stories, even the ones they'd heard many times before. Little Bear faintly understood that she had somehow helped create this loving atmosphere. She was happy. Though small, she had done something truly big. She began to love herself more, and that made her deeply joyful. She wished her family could always stay that way. Dear parents, we teach our children about gratitude, especially about being thankful to their parents. Yet despite all the moral lessons, the scolding, even the punishments, we often feel it's not working. Our children sometimes behave in ways that feel ungrateful. There's a saying, "Don't worry that your child doesn't listen to what you say. Worry that they are watching everything you do." Be honest with yourself. Through your everyday actions, are you teaching your child to love and be grateful? Or are you unintentionally showing them how to practice ingratitude? Heartfelt messages for parents, lessons from the Bear family. Children learn values not through lectures, but through how you live. Gratitude grows not from what you say, but from what your child sees you do every day. How you treat your own parents is how your child learns to treat you one day. A child doesn't need to be taught to mimic love, neglect, or indifference. They absorb it naturally. Don't just talk about respect. Let your actions embody it. Children listen with their eyes first. They watch more than they hear. Kindness toward the elderly teaches compassion more deeply than any rule. The way you respond to weakness, messiness, and aging shapes your child's heart for a lifetime. Ingratitude is not born in a day, it's modeled over time. A dismissive laugh at Grandpa's forgetfulness might plant seeds of cruelty in a child's view of aging. Creating a loving home means embracing imperfection with patience. A spilled bowl can be cleaned, but the coldness a child observes in that moment may stain much deeper. Ask yourself honestly, are my everyday behaviors teaching my child to love, or to look away. The true lesson isn't in what's told, it's in what's lived, repeated and silently observed. Gratitude is stitched into family life through empathy, sacrifice, and tenderness. Even small acts, a warm touch, a listening ear, teach volumes to a watching child. Children will not only inherit your legacy, they will replay it, so the broken bowl may return one day, not as a memory, but as a mirror. Thank you for following the whole story. Please follow Mindful Parenting Chanel with meaningful stories that together we can become better every day. Bye-bye.